All right, so it's already been roughly about 3.5 weeks since the green light appeared on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Earlier in the video, you saw that I have actually sent it to the service center. Yeah, I was immediately rejected, saying that Samsung does not have a program to replace Note 20 Ultra's screen due to the defect that it has. It is only applicable for S20, and I was told that the program has already ended since 31st December 2022, meaning that if your S20 has a green light appearing now, most likely Samsung will not replace it for free. Instead, they will charge you. Okay, so let's rewind back and talk a bit about this problem. So from August 2022, there has been reports emerging that the Note 20 Ultra has a sudden issue with their screen, whereby green line suddenly appear, a vertical green line suddenly appear after a software update or a couple of days after a software update. Now, this is exactly the same issue that was plaguing the S20 series as well. And just a sidetrack, S20 series, Samsung was actually replacing them. Some service center will replace for all three models, S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra. But some was only adamant on just replacing it for the S20 Plus. Samsung, get your story right, man. Okay, your service centers are not consistent. Okay, so back to the Note 20 Ultra. My Note 20 Ultra has actually been used for just slightly 2 years, 2 months, or 2 years, 3 months. Just out of the Samsung Care Plus. My S20 Plus, which is this one, had the issue at 2 years, 1 month, which is out of the Samsung Care Plus as well. So I was lucky that the S20 Plus was replaced for free. Else I was looking at about 900 plus ringgit of repair. Now I was quoted 1,125 ringgit by Samsung to replace the LCD screen on the Note 20 Ultra. That's quite a high price to pay, considering that the Note 20 Ultra's second-hand value is about 2,000. So that's more than half the price of the phone. It's saddening. But you know what? Life goes on. The Note 20 Ultra is used by my wife, and she's continually using it. The green line has become a bit thicker than earlier. And so what I did was I did a little bit of research, aka brother Google. And I find that she is not alone. She is not alone. A lot of Note 20 Ultras are beginning to have this problem appearing. But as I dig deeper, it seems that this issue is a bit more widespread and not just impacting Samsung alone. If I were to look back at the video, which I will put the link down in the description below, when I was replacing the S20 Plus screen, I noticed other manufacturers are having the same issues as well, whereby there's no physical damage to the phone. It's being well taken care of, but after an update, something happened. Something changed in their phone, and a green light appeared. And what can I say? I discovered a pattern to it. It affects a particular batch of phones. And unfortunately, it is affecting a batch of higher end phones with 120 Hz displays. Why do we not hear this issue affecting Samsung A series? Because Samsung A series is using 90 Hz displays, lower end displays compared to the 120 Hz display. So what I am seeing here is a pattern whereby higher end phones with 120 Hz display manufactured from 2020 onwards having this issue. why do we not hear S10s or Note 10s having this issue? Their display is not 120 Hz. This is my S8. I've been using it ever since it was released. I pre-ordered it. Up till now, I have no issues with the screen. It still looks perfectly fine. This is my Samsung Note 2. That's more than 10 years ago. All right. The screen works perfectly fine. This is my S7H. Works perfectly fine. This is my S20 Plus, which was released on year 2020. It had that problem. It had to be replaced. The LCD had to be replaced. But it was courtesy of Samsung, so that's good. Now, I'm going to dive in here a bit. Okay, I'm going to show you some things here. Okay, if you look over here, 3 months ago, or more like 4 months ago, I had people commenting that their Note 20 Ultra has a green line appear. Lo and behold, it is a 120 Hz display. And it is released in August of 2020. Okay. Then somebody else has commented that their Oppo Find X2 is also having issues. Oppo Find X2 Pro. This was released in March 2020. Lo and behold, it has a 120 Hz display. Then another person actually commented that their Realme X7 Pro is also having the same issue. Released in September 2020. And it has a 120 Hz Super AMOLED LCD. This is the one where everybody's complaining about their S20 Plus. And S20 Plus is released in March of 2020. And it has a 120 Hz screen. Then we started getting comments saying that their S21 Ultra is also having problems. And behold, it's released in 2021, January, very close to 2020. And it has a 120 Hz screen. And we have another one that says that they're having problem with their Sony Xperia 5 II. Well, this phone has very little users, so it's a bit hard. But look at the release date, October 2020. And it has a 120 Hz screen. So, right now, is there really an issue with the screens that was released in 2020? Because, and I believe, everybody should remember what happened back in 2020. There was a worldwide lockdown. Factories was closed. Manufacturing was stopped. Logistics was stopped. So, could the error of the LCD manufacturing actually be contributed by all these shutdowns? Or more like after the shutdowns, companies were rushing to complete their orders, their backlogs. So quality was down the drain. I wonder. All right, I have no proof of this, but seems like that's the case because it seems to be affecting 2020 phones a lot. Now, I did dig a little bit further. Majority of these screens are actually provided by Samsung Display. It's not Samsung Electronics, but a company called Samsung Display. But I'm not pointing the fingers at them, but there is a possibility, right? I mean, there's no hard proof. If I talk further on this, I might be accused of defamation. So I will stop over there. But I'm also curious, with so many news of this happening, how come we do not see major tech reviewers talking about this? Or at least deep diving. I mean, I'm a small-time YouTuber, but I do see a pattern here. So I'm pretty sure the bigger YouTuber, the bigger tech content creators, they will have seen it. Now I'm trading along the lines of conspiracy theories. But could it be that these content creators are afraid of losing their sponsorship, losing their perks, so they're not talking about it? Or are they just too concentrated on new techs that they don't bother with old techs? I mean, no matter how old you say, S20 is still a very capable phone, the S20 series. Mine was perfectly fine, but I upgraded to the Note 23 Ultra because I needed better cameras. In terms of performance, S20 Plus is perfectly fine for me. I mean, even with my S23 Ultra, it feels the same. Just a bigger screen, heavier phone, better cameras. Now, let's talk a bit about what Samsung can do on this, especially for the Note 20 Ultra. We spent about 4K for that phone 2 years ago. It's still a very much capable phone. It works perfectly fine. It suits the needs of my wife, but because of that one line which is very annoying, the experience is no longer there. And if you look at the type of phones I have, all right, you will know that I'm the type of consumer that goes for higher end, or at least higher tier products because I believe in their quality. Note 2 was Samsung's flagship when it was released. S7H was sort of the flagship when it was released, but let's not talk about the Note 7's explosions. S20 Plus was considered as one of their flagships as well in the S series, but it's not the highest end. S8 was their flagship besides the Note 8. And I have a S23 Ultra, which is top of the line as well. Note 20 Ultra is also top of the line. So what is Samsung doing about it for consumers like us, where we spend thousands of ringgit purchasing this type of phones? And it can only last 2 years because of a software update that screwed up our screen. Now, I want to be very clear. All the samples that I showed you just now are hearsays, meaning that people say. But my own experience, 2 phones from Samsung released in year 2020, no physical damage. I myself can assure you that. No physical damage, never been dropped, never been dunked into water. Always protected with a case and a screen protector. Software update comes, screen gone. If it was our fault, where we drop the phone, there's physical damage, and the green line appears, fine. It's not Samsung's fault. But right now, Samsung is hiding behind this thing called warranty period. This is going to be similar to what happened to Hakata. If you guys follow the automotive screen, what happened to Takata was they had to recall even cars that was way out of warranty, 10, 15-year-old cars, because their airbags was killing people. Now, while I say it's similar, but it's not as severe as Takata's case, whereby these phones are not blowing up and killing people, but it is similar in the sense that a company takes responsibility and provide a repair for their product that is out of warranty. So this is the same for Samsung. Are you going to provide a repair for all these phones that is being messed up by your software update? and out of warranty. I'll leave it at that.